Hi everyone. What I'd like to talk about tonight are these two items. These are the pieces that I use to make my grill top for my Canteen stove. And those just fit on like this. 1 and 2. There. And what they do is they allow you to put the Canteen cup up on top of the stove so that while you're heating it, you don't actually have to wedge the cup into the stove. So it makes for a nice stable support, and it makes for a lot of air when you're using an alcohol stove. I just did some tests this evening that I'll show you a little bit later in the video, and I tried using this alcohol stove with the grill top, with the cup in both positions. That did not seem to make a huge amount of difference. I also was using a Canteen, I was also using the heavy cover boil lid, which cut down on the boil times a little bit. But using the grill top, these two pieces of the grill top, with the cup, I was taking water from about 60 degrees all the way up to 210 degrees, and anywhere between 5 and 5.5 minutes. It didn't really seem to matter that much which direction I set the cup, which actually kind of surprised me. But what I'd like to do this evening is show you how to make these pieces for the grill top. So what you're going to do is you're going to start out with a 7-inch piece of coat hanger. Just cut a piece out of your coat hanger, and I've got a tin snips here for cutting the piece. Now, what you're going to need in order to do this is either some kind of a linesman's pliers, or if you have a vise, you can use a vise. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to quickly demonstrate to you how to do this by using a linesman's pliers. Okay, so I lied. Since I can't find my linesman's pliers, I'm going to use a channel lock pliers in order to bend this to shape. And I don't have any great super dimensions for these. What I really actually do is I'm just going to try to bend this to the approximate length to duplicate this piece. So the first one I take here. This first angle is about 3/4 of an inch, that first length. And I'm just going to take my pliers at this point, so I get 3/4 of an inch, and I'm going to bend, and let's see what I get. That's pretty close. Okay, there we go. My next bend is going to be here on this angle, and this one is about 2 inches, maybe about 1 3/4 inches. And I'm going to grasp it here, and I'm going to bend again, and let's see what we got. That's pretty darn close. The next bend is going to be the top of it, which is right at 3 inches. So 3 inches here. Take my pliers and bend again at 3 inches. And that was dramatically short. So the nice thing is, if you make a mistake, you can always straighten it out and try again. So let's try this again. That's where I want to grab it. I'm going to make my bend. That's a little bit closer. Then my last bend is going to be here. It's going to be about 3/4 of an inch. About 3/4 of an inch. And now, as you see here, I've got pretty much the same thing. I'm just going to cut this to length with my tin snips. There. Then I'm going to shorten this one up slightly. And there is one of my grill top pieces. So a 7-inch piece of coat hanger, a channel lock pliers, a tin snips or something to cut the wire, and you can have your very own grill top piece. And then again, that just snaps on like this down to here. There's your grill top. This is a really simple fix or simple modification that makes the old traditional GI Canteen cup stove and the Canteen cup along with your alcohol stove significantly more efficient. Like I said, I noticed a difference of almost 10 minutes in boiling 2 cups of water when using the grill top. Notice that when you have the grill top in place, the flames actually have the ability to come up around the sides of the base, and I think that that's part of what makes it so much more efficient. On the back side here you can see that too, just not in this video, but the grill top really gives you just about a 1/4 of an inch gap in between the top of the stove holder and the cup, and that gives more air to the alcohol stove. And I can see that I'm approaching 210 degrees right now. You can probably hear it starting to boil, and that is a boil in 5.5 minutes. One of the big downsides to using the Canteen cup stove stand without my little grill tops that I showed you how to make earlier is the fact that it takes a lot longer in order to be able to heat up your water. This water started counting down at 20 minutes. It's been over 15 minutes and I'm only at 200 degrees. I'm coming up on a boil here pretty quickly. But the other downside is that if you want to drink your water and you want to pick up the cup, that stovetop stand is going to come with it, unless for some reason you've got a glove and then you can take it off. You could not touch this with a bare hand. This is extremely hot. It's even hot going through the glove. So put this back down on top of the stove, and you can see the temperature continuing to come up. It'll hit 210 degrees, which is going to be a boil. However, one of the big problems you've got is it takes a long time and it takes a lot more fuel. When I'm using this grill top that I showed you earlier, I was heating the water to 210 degrees from about 60-62 degrees in less than 6 minutes, usually between 5 and 5.5 minutes. So that's the stovetop grill attachment, how to make it for the military Canteen cup and Canteen cup stove system. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something. I hope that if you liked it, please subscribe to my channel and tell your friends about it. And as always, be safe, and hey, take your kids camping. Have a great day, everybody.